So in this video, I'm going to quickly show you how you can deploy your SD-WAN both in the uh, your cloud applications. I mean your cloud vmanage, vbond, and the vsmart. I'll quickly be running through this before I start my regular day work. So this is the vmanage, the vbond, and the vsmart, and this is the details of the template that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be doing this step by step. I have site 1, site 2, site 3, and site 4. Because of the image that I'm currently running, I mean the virtual environment I'm currently running, I might not be able to start the CSR and configure it, but I'm going to complete this. But I may not be able to complete it in the entire video, but in this particular video, I'm going to complete the configuration and how to set up this. Please note that your vmanage, vbond, and vsmart, uh, they are running viptela image, which has been acquired by Cisco. So most of the configuration you will be the syntax, the configuration commands that I will be running, similar to Cisco, but not exactly like. If you want to save configuration, it's basically to commit. So I have it is ETH0, it's G0/0, and ETH0, which is going to be in VPN 0. If you know the concept, you know that your VPN 0 is your one point, while your VPN 512 is for your management port, and you can use between VPN 1 to VPN 511 and VPN 513 upward for whatever you design, your LAN, your DMB, your DMZ zone, your whatever you plan. Now, these images can both be deployed on-prem, and I think Microsoft Azure also supports it. So I have ETH1, which is going to be in my VPN 512 for management. This is going to have a reachability to my PC, and we can manage it in a single pane here. So now let's jump straight. I'm going to show you some of the basic configurations which you need to have on each of these router. The system IP address, the VPN 0 IP address, the site ID, the organization name, and the rest. So we're going to jump straight in, and the basic configuration for reachability, which I have done. Uh, um, Note that when you are setting this image up, it will ask you to create additional hard disk. This can be done in production by adding additional hard disks to the adapter, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm just going to, but this is vng, which has uh, which is perfectly designed to simulate the entire process. So I'm just going to add additional 100 gig. In production environment, additional 100 gig is required to complete uh, the installation process. So now I'm going to be expanding this to show exactly what I'm trying to uh, configure. Now, um, um, this is basically the configuration I'm going to be using. Um, I want. I've made several mistakes configuring this by just copy pasting it, and I realize it's going to give me more problem than a solution. So I'm just okay. It's until we have system ready, then we can begin the configuration. So we have to wait. While we are waiting, I'm just going to show you. I have from each of the V edges, I have internet establishing connectivity. This is going to simulate my internet, while the other iOS is going to simulate my MPLS. And each of the link has their respective IP address. So we have system ready now, which means we can continue with the configuration. So, okay, we have access. The first thing you want to do is to configure the system. By just going to the system configuration, I want to do the site ID, which is 255. I want to do the system IP notes. These things are very important. You don't want to miss any one of them. If you miss any one of them, it's going to be a serious issue. I want to configure. This is optional. You don't have to configure the host name, but it's also important. You want to point it to the vbond IP address 255.2, and you want to configure one of the most important vipteller SD1. I'm not going to explain what that does, so you don't copy my image file. Okay, so we have that, which is running show full configuration. This is good. We can head straight and configure our VPN 0 and specify the interface ET01. Put our IP address 164.255.1/24, and usual short. That should be sufficient for configuration. So we will go to our management IP, and we go straight to the interface ET1, usual short. I'm going to assign my private IP address within my lab here. I think I missed one of the configuration for VPN 0. I'm just going to go straight back there. Interface. We need to route the traffic straight to the internet. 0.164.255.254. That is, if I'm not wrong, let me check. Yeah, 254. Yes, we have 254 here. And we can commit the changes. Doing this, we should have reachability straight to, yes, we have reachability, which means we can go straight to the browser and use this IP address. All things being equal, we should be able to access it. Okay. The only reason why I'm experiencing that is if I have not committed. Okay, no modification. Another reason is because I've used that same IP address several times. So I'm just going to save myself the headache of doing that interface ET1 IP address 192.254.254.251. This is also change it. Cancel and no shorts, comments, no modifications. So okay, let's do this. Let's see if I have. Okay, maybe we need to give it some time to. It's okay. While we are giving it time, I'm just going to. So basically, what we have done is to configure the system, the vmanager's name, the system IP address, the site ID, the SD1, I mean the organizational name, and the vbond IP address. Those are the basic configurations that needs to be done. For some reason, I'm struggling to reach this IP address via web interface. Um, let's give it some time. It shouldn't take this long. I'm just going to check my configuration again. Most especially here. 5Y. Okay, I think it's fine. It's just my browser. Yeah, let's give it time. Okay, now we have it. So this is the why am I having error? Let's just allow some time. It sometimes takes its own time to do the check and the rest. 254.254.251. I should get okay. I think it's still starting the services and the rest. So basically, the same configuration I have here, similar configuration is what I'm going to repeat on each and every one of the other vbond and the vsmart. Um, I'm going to configure each and every one of these edges, and these are the details for them. And let's try one more time. 251. I'm just going to prepend it with the TPS. Hmm. Okay, we have it fixed. So back to what we were discussing. So basically, there's some basic configuration that needs to be done. Um, there's this error message that comes after the initial configuration, maybe for the particular version that I'm using. So in my previous video, I've explained this dashboard. I've explained each and every one of these pane. And straight, I'm going to head to the settings to do some basic configuration. Now, the organizational name we configured will not come. For some reason, you still have to come here and physically input these details. Same goes with the vbond IP address, which we used. And the next thing you want to do is you want to uh, upload your root certificate on this so that the vmanage can use the root certificates for your organization. There are so many. There's other ways to obtain new certificates. You can obtain from Cisco as recommended. You can obtain from Symantec Automated. You can do manual. You can do enterprise root certificate. We are going to be using this particular software XCA certificate to simulate an enterprise certificate, which we are going to use. But before we do that, we need to edit this and choose enterprise root certificate and proceed. When we need to import this root certificate here before we proceed to any other thing. As you note, as you've noticed here that we have an error here, which shows we have an invalid certificate. So until we clear this error, we can proceed to any other uh, configuration. So next, what we need to do is to come to our uh, uh, XA certificates and create a new certificate. I'm not going to be explaining um, details of what you need to do as regards a certificate, but I'm going to be using these certificates to simulate what I want to uh, achieve. So now we have the XC. I'm just going to go ahead and do what I need to do to get everything ready. I'm going to create a new certificate. Nope. Just going to come here. New certificates. New. Create a new certificate. A new CA. 1, 2, 3. Edit the name. The root CA. The UK. The Kent. Locality Kent. Organizational name. Let's say test and PLC. Organizational unit IT, organizational name, common name retailer, SD1, email address, test, support at gmail.com. Gmail.com. This should be sufficient. Community generate certificate, create, save. Okay, good. We export the CA, export to your desired folder. Come here. I have a previous setup there I've done. Just going to replace it with CA. Okay, overwrite. That should be fine. Now we go to device and we already have our vmanage waiting. I mean, apologies, we are not yet verifying this. We need to go to the device. I mean, the settings and upload the CA that we generated. So we need to come here, enterprise root certificate, proceed, select file, and go to root CA, which we have done initially, and import and save. The moment we do this, we should have the certificate warning still there because we have not um, uh, verified the root certificate. We have not generated the CSR and uh, certified it. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to generate CSR, download the CSR, and I'm just going to copy this vmanage to my folder that I created. For some reason, I want to delete all of this because I don't want confusion. So I'm going to paste the new vmanage. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to import new one. Then I'm going to sign it with the same root CA that I have. So it's signed. Then I'm going to down export it to that folder. And no, okay, it's not root CA. It's going to be okay. This is the one I'm exporting. So I'm going to export to the folder, and I'm going to come here and install it. So while installing, if all things work as expected, I should have successfully installed here. And the certificate warning we have on the dashboard should disappear. Okay, everything seems to be fine. And if I go back to my dashboard, the certificate warning is not there any longer. So the next thing we need to do is to configure our vbond and establish connectivity between the vmanage and the vbond. Then we do the vsmart. So I'm going to jump straight to the vbond and begin the configuration. In the vbond, you don't have to create additional image, which is which was created on. So we go to system, site ID is 255, system IP, very important, 1.1.255.2. What we have on the vmanage is 255.1. You want to avoid that mistake if you have the same site ID, it's going to run into problem anyway. So we have the host name, which is vbond. We have the vbond IP address, which is I am the vbond, which you can just put local. We have the organizational name, which is vipteller SD1. And what again do we need to configure? I think that is all. So we can jump straight to our VPN 0, which is our one end of the this thing of the configuration. So we go to the interface that we need to configure G0/0. No short. The IP address is for vbond is 164.164.2/24/24 is short. And I want to turn off this tunnel until I have my certificate verified and the rest. So I think this is sufficient, except that I need to have my static route 255.254 commits, and you want to verify vbond and reach the vmanage. You want to ensure this both ways they can reach each other, or else it's going to run into problem when you're trying to establish connectivity. So we want to head straight to device controllers, hard controllers. You want to add vbond. The vbond IP address is 255.2. The username and password is admin, and I usually, as an habit, I don't generate it. I want to establish the connectivity before I try to generate CSR for it. All things being equal, it should add automatically, which you can see here. Now, this is the vbond. You can head straight to certificate controllers, and this is the vbond. Generate certificates for it, generate, and you can download it. Just going to rename this as vbond. And I'm going to move it to my desired folder, vbond here, and I'm going to import it and sign it. Vbond, and I'm going to sign it with my root CA. Once this is done, I'm going to download the certificate to my desired folder. Okay, good. Then now import it. Install certificate, select. You want to go to your folder where you have the certificate and you want to install. If this goes as installed successfully, you should have the IP address or the details completely highlighted in the device. Okay, it's successful. Let's check the device, and we have the controller. We have the vbond, vmanage, and the vbond. So I'm just going to go ahead and enable the tunnel so that they can form connectivity between each other. And I'm going to come to VPN 0. What's the interface name? GE0/0. GE0/0. Tunnel enabled. You want to allow services. You want to encapsulation IPsec. And I used to do this color, and I'm going to do gold if you understand the concept. Now this should make we should have the vbond come up now. Let's give it some time. VPN 0 interface. The interface ETH01, which is ETH1 thumbnail color gold, and we have services commit. So commit Okay, there is an error here saying, did I ET0? As I explained earlier, this is the mistake. There is nothing like ET1. What we have is ET0. ET1 belongs to 512. So I'm just going to go out. I'm going to try and commit. Okay. Uh, interface, interface ETO is the correct interface IP address. No, tunnel cloud services. The color gold, and you want to commit. There is a mistake somewhere. I'm just going to quickly check. No, I don't want to commit it. So let's go back again. But before then, let me try and commit. We're on the right track. VPN 0, interface ET0 this time. Let's double check. Okay, good. ETO, tunnel, allow services, all, color gold, and commit. Okay, good. We are fine. So we have everything ready. I expect my vmanage to, okay, as you can see, we have the vbond come up. So the next thing is to head to the vsmart and have that configured also. So the same thing goes for vsmart. Remember, these details must be identical when you are configuring the system. Site ID 255, that's the site ID. The host name is vsmart. The brain, why the vbond is the orchestrator. You want to point it to the vbond 100.64.255.2. You want to do the organizational name, viptela um what else? What am I missing? You want to do the system ID, the system IP, which is 1.1.255.3. This is also very important, and you want to commit. So once that is done, we can head straight to our VPN 0. Uh, interface ET0, IP address 164.255.3/24, and then short. And you want to do the tunnel straight up. You want to do color gold, encapsulation, allow all services, or by now I'm expecting my vmanage. Oh, I've not added it. It won't come up. So allow all services. I think that is all. Can we do encapsulation? No. Okay. Commit. Okay, that should be all for now. So next, the same process. Go to device, controller, come to add vsmart. The vsmart is .3. The username and password is admin. I don't do this. Add. Okay. Do we have static route run configuration? Oh, see, we don't have a static route. Just remember, I didn't put that. ET0 IP route 0000/0 100.64.255.2.254. That is the way it is going to be able to reach the outside world. Remember, when you are setting up your basic router or ASA within a dual home or a single home, you have to, the best is to have static. Well, depending on the design. So we have this running except for the vsmart. Same process, go to configuration, certificates, controllers, and you want to generate CSR, download. I'm going to rename it as vsmart for record easy, vsmart, and I'm going to save it, copy it to my desired folder. This is my folder. Okay, so we have the vsmart there. We need to sign it with our XA certificate. So I will import it here, vsmart. This is it. I've signed it using my root certificate, using HTTPS 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have that. You come to certificate, then you export to your desired folder. Okay, we should have it in this folder now. So this is the vsmart. Go straight back. Go back to your vmanage, then install the certificate. All things being equal, it should establish contact with the other uh, vmanage and the vbond. So if this is successful, which is currently installing, and let's wait, which is successful. Let's go to main dashboard and see what happened. You can see now we have our vsmart, our vbond, and our vh. So we've been able to complete this site 255, which includes our vmanage, our vbond, and our vsmart, which is hub. Now, in my next video, I'm going to be explaining how to establish. They have similar configuration with the vbond. Everybody established configuration with the vbond. The vbond has a way of informing the vsmart by sending OMP. The vsmart established connectivity with the VHs by establishing T-locks between the VHs, between all the sites. So uh, that is just a basic summary of. There's a lot to what happens within the background. So, but when it comes to bringing up the vmanage, the vsmart, and the vh, uh, we have them all up. We have the vmanage. This is the site system IP, the site ID. It is currently configured in CLI mode. At some point in my video, I'm going to be showing you uh, how to be managing this part, the three of these controllers from the um, um, from the vmanage dashboard is in sync currently, is installed, and this is the UUID. And in my next video, I'm going to continue exactly from where I stop. If you come to the network here, you have the vmanage, you have the vbond, the state is up, the system name, IP. They are all reachable, the site ID, the model, the BFDs. The BFD is going to be established with the VHs, and the version that I'm running. I just recorded this video this morning, and the rest of the items. We'll go into it one by one, but I'm just going to be rounding it up. I need to go to the office. I'm just going to be rounding it up for this morning. So this is what we have. We have the vbond, we have the vsmart, and we have the the vmanage. In my next video, which is probably going to be today, I'm going to complete the site. So it's likely going to be a longer video. I'm going to be showing you how to um, license the VH and the rest. I might not show you the exact license, but uh, I'll show you basically how to establish it. And that will be all for now. Thank you very much for watching this video.